tree. This I'm learning about me, and I like it, I like it. Oh, I'm getting to know me. Feeling proud, feeling grand. Yes, I'm getting to know me. I finally understand that by getting to know me, I'm giving credit where it's due, and I like it. I like it. Honest, I do.
Life has certainly changed around here. Since our great-grandmother moved in, Mommy has gone to work, and so have we. I'm home. Mama Violet has all the old ways of doing things, and she makes Kwame and me do them too. It got so bad, we didn't even want to be around the house.
Put those back, boy. Spoil your supper.
Can I just have one?
You heard what I said, and spoil your supper. Now you go on upstairs and change your clothes, and when you come back down here, I want you to empty this tub of water in the creek.
I can't carry that tub of water. It's too heavy.
All you got to do is use your head. It's big enough.
Hi, Mama Violet.
Child, where is your clothes?
Oh, this is my new cheerleading uniform. I made it myself.
Your what?
See, I'm on a cheerleading squad at school, and we're getting ready for our Martin Luther King Day games.
Your what kind of games?
The 10th annual Martin Luther King Day games. Schools from all over the county are coming to see who's the best one at track. And they're having a cheering competition, too. And all the other cheerleaders and me, we got together and made up a bunch of new cheers last week. And since the competition is tomorrow, I'm gonna need to practice. Will I have time?
Well, that depends on you. You get all your work done, fine. But what I want to know is, where is your clothes, the ones you left here in this morning?
Oh, they're out in the hall with my books.
Well, take them on upstairs and hang them up. And when you get finished doing all you got to do upstairs, you come on back down to the kitchen and help me start supper.
Yes, ma'am.
If I had wanted to water the grass, I'd have said water the grass. If you'd have been smart, you'd have used that bucket to dip the water out. As soon as you get yourself fixed up, we're going over there in the woods, and you're going to help me find a place to put my garden.
But I never cooked a whole supper before.
You ain't cooking all of this one. Now, this here is a secret recipe. Been in my family far back as I ever know about. I just know I've been fixing this chicken the same for the church homecoming for nigh unto 40 years. Church ladies still asking me for my secret. I won't tell them nothing. I've been saving it to pass on to you.
What's the secret?
It's in the seasoning in this flour here. All you got to do is dip your chicken in here and put it in the skillet.
But what happens if something goes wrong?
Ain't nothing to go wrong. Just watch the clock like I told you. Turn the pieces over when it's time. By then, you ought to have your taters peeled and ready to mash. I'll be back here a little bit after that. And don't forget to make your gravy. You've been out there long enough now, boy. Got work to do.
With all this work I have to do, I'll never get to practice my cheers. I don't see why we have a garden anyway.
For one, you need to learn how to feed yourself.
I already know how to feed myself. The store's right down the street.
No, you don't. You don't know nothing about it unless you know where it comes from, how it grows, and what it grows for. Besides, it tastes better out the garden.
I like store-bought stuff all right.
Wait. You gonna like this better. Something else this gardening is good for. Work. The one thing that'll keep you healthy and teach you responsibility is working in the garden.
But I don't like it.
Don't be like Br'er Rabbit.
Who?
Br'er Rabbit. Used to be a whole bunch of stories back in the slavery days about Br'er Rabbit. He's the one who thought he was so smart he could just lay back and let somebody else do his work. Sometimes he outsmarted himself.
But this work is hard. My hands hurt.
It's hard, only if you think it is. But if work is your friend, you ain't gonna have no trouble.
My hands hurt. I gotta go in now.
It ain't nothing but a blister or two. You're gonna have a whole lot more than that before it's all over with. You think you can stay mad long enough for me to go get the pepper seeds? They ought to be planted by somebody when they mad. This way you know they gonna be hot.
Mama Violet! Mama Violet! Mama Violet! The chicken is burning!
All you had to do was turn off the stove, child.
I'm sorry, Mama Violet. Maybe I just better go up to my room and do my homework.
You ain't gonna do no such a thing.
I burnt my hand, too. Just a little bit. It doesn't hurt much.
Let me see this hand. Go upstairs and get me that aloes plant off my shift roll.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna cut a little piece off and get it on this hand. Here, put your hand up under here.
Maybe I better not cook for a while and go upstairs to my room.
Hush, child. How you expect you ever gonna learn how to do anything if you don't make mistakes?
This it?
Yeah, that's the one. Come on.
Will it hurt?
Now, that's a silly question. Medicine's supposed to make it better, not worse.
Why don't people use this owl stuff on us anymore?
Yeah, I reckon 'cause nobody use it much no more for burns. You see, way back when all the colored folks were still slaves, they didn't have no doctors for them. Give me a hand. So when anybody got sick, somebody around would know something about how to handle what they could find in nature. Most of the cures they use come from the medicine men when they was in Africa. But some others they found after they got over here.
Well, why don't they use them now?
I reckon the reason folks don't use them too much nowadays is because of doctors. Doctors have different ways of fixing you up. I hold on to my herbs and roots and things because I lived out by myself so long, it was hard getting into a doctor. So I just learned how to take care of myself. There you are, young lady, good as new.
Thank you. And I'm sorry about the chicken.
Oh, that's all right. There's another one here just waiting its turn. Go and get out on the porch, boy. The cook is getting ready to go back to work. Don't go too far now. We still got that garden to do.
But I have to admit that when Mama Violet takes the time to explain her old ways, I understand her better. It starts to make sense to me, at least. But some of the stuff she does really bothers Kwame.
Hey, what's up, sport?
Nothing.
And why so glum?
Mama Violet.
You want to tell me about it?
I think she hates me.
What would make you think something as silly as that?
She never lets us have any fun.
So what's wrong with that?
She's making us work in that garden, and I don't want to.
And now look, Kwame, Mama Violet knows how to do a lot of things. She thinks you all should learn how to do some of them. Gardening is one of them. Now take my word for it. You'll like it once you get into it.
But wait. There's something else, and it proves she hates me.
What?
Well, she never calls me by my name.
Kwame, you remember who we named you after?
Yeah, Nkrumah, right?
Right. Well, who was it?
An African.
Right again. But he was a revolutionary leader on the Gold Coast when it became Ghana. He was Ghana's first president. He was a hero.
Does that make me a hero?
Not quite. But it does show that we admire and respect the man. And when you grow up, maybe you'll be as brave and as smart as he was.
Well, then why doesn't Mama Violet call me by my name?
Mama Violet was hoping that your name would be Michael.
After you?
Not quite. Well, sort of. You see, it's tradition in her family for all the women to name their oldest sons Michael.
So you and Grandma Gladys is the oldest boy?
Right. But I didn't have any sisters. So since I was the oldest, Mama Violet wanted me to name you Michael. But I wanted to name you Nkrumah because I really believed in what he was doing.
Why should Mama Violet be mad at me because of what you did?
She's not mad. A little disappointed, maybe. See, she feels we broke with a family tradition.
Did you?
Not really. What your mother and I were hoping to do was recognize a black leader.
Why?
Well, it's like this. See, you came along just after the Civil Rights Movement. See, that's when black people all over started feeling closer together, became more aware of Africans, our heritage as Africans. We realized that we were all part of the same family. And we heard what Kwame and Nkrumah had done for our people. We wanted to tell the world that we liked this man, that we liked what he was doing, and that we were proud to be part of his family. Mama Violet seems to think that supporting one black family was rejecting the other.
But you didn't, did you?
Of course not. By naming you Kwame, stated that we are all part of one large black family, as much as we are part of this one.
She acts like she doesn't like me.
Well, she likes you, all right, sport. I know she does. Look, you are her oldest great-grandson. She won't let you know it, but she thinks you're going to be great one day, because you're so smart.
Yeah, she may like me, but why does she treat me so mean?
She's not mean. She just wants you to learn things. I'll tell you what. Why don't you go ask her about it?
Oh, Dad, do I have to?
Yeah. If you really want to know how she feels about you.
Hi, kids. I am starving. Let's see what we have in here. What's the matter with you two?
Hi, Mommy.
Oh, I see. I better try that again. Hello, LaVonne. Hi, Kwame. How are you this evening? Okay. What's going on here?
Nothing. Except with all this work I have to do. I'll never get to practice my cheers. I'll be just awful tomorrow.
Oh, no, you won't, LaVonne. You'll be perfect. Where are you going?
Outside.
Fine.
But when am I going to practice?
Did you talk to Mama Violet about it, like I suggested?
Not really.
Did you even mention it to her at all, LaVonne?
Yes, but she didn't say anything, just that I'd have to wait.
You know, I'll bet if she knew how important this is to you, you wouldn't have any more problems.
Would you talk to her?
No, LaVonne, you know better than that.
But if you would just...
It is your problem, and you have to deal with it.
I'm right proud of this here fern here. Piece of it been with the family now since the slaves was freed, more than 100 years. That one over there is your daddy's. There's a piece of it in most half of the United States. My granddaddy planted it on the first piece of land he had when he got to be free. When his children started going out into the world, he'd snap them off a piece of this fern to take with him for luck, you know? Your daddy will give you and LaVonne a piece of his when you're grown. Got something on your mind?
Well...
Speak up, child. I know something is wrong with you because you ain't been right all day.
Well, how come you never call me by my name? Daddy said just because my name isn't Michael.
Far back as I can remember, there's always been a Michael in my family, all the way back to slavery. Even I had a son named Michael.
I was named after an African hero, and I'm proud of it. And I want to keep it. And another thing, why do you have to do all this work around here anyway?
It's the only way I know of learning how to do things.
Well, I don't want to learn. Well, not that stuff anyway. That stuff is old-fashioned. I don't need to know how to do any of it.
That's where you're wrong.
You don't like me anyway, that's why you treat me so mean.
What you say?
You don't like me, and I wish you never came to live with us.
I know you don't mean that, child.
Well, why do you treat me so mean?
You my child. I could never treat you mean.
You haven't been nice to me since you've been here.
If that's something you honestly believe in, I'm gonna tell you now, there ain't never been nothing further from the truth. All I want is for you and your sister to be proud and strong when you done growed and gone off by yourself. And the one way I know how to do that is to make sure you know what your life is all about.
But I'm learning all I need to know in school.
No, child. That ain't enough. You don't need to know just what the world is doing today and tomorrow. You need to know some things about yesterday, where you come from, how you got here. That's the reason I'm teaching LaVonne how to cook. Not just food, but our food. Food our family been eating for more than 100 years. Food we eating now, same as our folks ate in slavery. That's the same reason I'm teaching you how to garden. No, no, child. I would never think of working you at all if I didn't love you. Half as much as I love you. We're a fine family, and I'm proud of each and every one before me. Same as I'm proud of each and every one after me. And if I'm thinking right, I expect I'll be proud for a long time to come.
For real?
For real, Kwame. I think maybe we won't work on that garden till tomorrow. You look like you need your rest. Tell you what you can do for me, though. Go upstairs to my room. Look in the top of my trunk. There's an old medal in there. World War II. Get it and bring it to me.
Yes, ma'am. Can I talk to you about something?
Talk.
Remember when I was telling you about my cheering competition tomorrow?
Uh-huh.
Well, I can't be sure that I'm going to be good unless I practice. And I can't practice until after I finish my work.
Well, finish your work.
It'll be too late.
You ought to be in the house working instead of out here talking.
But, well, Mommy said that maybe we could work things out.
What thing?
Well, maybe I could practice now and do my homework later.
You mean to tell me all that hooping and hollering and jumping up and down is as important as your book learning?
Well, it's more than just that.
Oh?
Cheerleaders from schools all over the county are going to be there, and I'm going to be in the front. And see, we work as a team. And if I don't practice, I'll be letting the team down. And I can't do that.
I reckon you can't at that.
And besides, don't you know those cheers I was telling you about?
Uh-huh.
Well, if they're good enough, they're going to be saved and used for each year. All the other schools are going to be doing them, too. It'll be like a tradition. And I've helped start it.
Well, what you out here talking to me for? Yeah, you can practice now. Just don't forget everything else.
I won't, Mama Violet. Thank you, Mama Violet. So much fun. This it?
Yeah, that's the one. Hey, where you going? Come on back here. This here belonged to my oldest, Michael. He died in 1945, fighting for this country. You were supposed to have his name, but you ain't got it, and there ain't nothing we can do about that now. One thing you do have, though, is his spirit. You my boy, all over again. Thought I could get away from those cotton fields of Georgia when that war came. Talking about World War I now. Me and your great-granddaddy moved up north to Chicago to work in the factories. We had no sooner got settled than he was shipped off to the war. Watch your line, boy. Don't let it get all tangled. Was in the 370th Regiment, almost all colored company. I had to come back down south. Couldn't handle that big city all by myself. Waited for him to come home. And I'll be John Brown if he wasn't pretty near the last thing home. That regiment of his fought the last battle of that war. Those were some hard years. We prayed life for our young'uns and they young'uns wouldn't be as hard as it was for us. The reason I work you all the way I do, so you'll be ready for life later on. I ain't got long, you know, to teach you the things I learned over the years. Now hold this. They may not seem important now, but there's something of value in everything I plan to teach you. And if I'm going to be around here, I aim to teach you. Whoa, what was that for?
'Cause I'm glad you're here.
Well, I'm glad too. How you like this fishing?
It's fun. I'm glad you taught us.
That's what I'm here for.
Mama Violet,
Yes, child?
will you teach me how to make a quilt just like yours so I can have it for my special friends?
Sure, child. Teach you and Kwame, too. Oh, Kwame got to buy it. Put him out, boy! Put him out! Oh, he's got it.
I'm sort of glad Mommy and Daddy made us work out our problems with Mama Violet. We found out that we could talk to her after all, and that she would try to understand our ways, too. Her old ways are her tradition, but she's learning from us, too. That the things we do today, like our games at school, and even our family names, will be our tradition someday.
Flying high like the bird, speak my mind, now I'm heard, making history in this world, and I like